This February is shaping up to be a lovely month for my Virgos. I know that this is probably welcome news given how hectic and tumultuous the start of January, the start of this new year was for many of us. We had several planets retrograde, including your ruling planet Mercury, and now that we are in February, all planets are actually going to be direct through the end of April. So there's a lot of forward moving energy right now. There's not a lot of interruptions. It's very uncomplicated. Whatever problems arise have pretty straightforward solutions for the most part. So this is a really, really nice month. And there's also quite a bit of focus on your relationships as well, especially towards the end of February. And let's just say, I think it's going to be a really good Valentine's Day for you. If you're excited for today's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name is Michael, and I incorporate tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. If you're looking to dive even deeper, you can find links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions with me in the description box down below, as well as links for the blog posts and my other social media accounts. As I am shuffling your cards here, I'll just talk about the astrology and some impressions I was getting for you before I hit record. I did get the image of roses, and I'm not gonna lie, it actually took me a minute to remember that February is the month of Valentine's Day. So maybe there's something with Valentine's Day, maybe someone is giving you flowers, but I really don't even necessarily want to attribute it just to that. There could just be some sort of symbolic or spiritual connection to roses, so pay attention to that this month, and I know you're going to be seeing them. We're all going to be seeing them because it's Valentine's. Pretty much anyone going into the store will probably see bouquets. But I feel like there is something that is very specific to you about roses, and that could actually be a way that spirit is communicating with you. I feel like some of you are actually inspired to give flowers to people. That's something that you might feel called to do, that might be work that you are called to do, because it really can just be like simple gestures, simple acts of kindness that can really just lighten someone's day and ultimately lighten their life, even if it just seems like a small inconsequential thing. And I do think of roses as finding beauty even when there's a bit of pain as well, kind of thinking of those thorns. So there's a lot of really beautiful and rich imagery, and I know it's a huge cliche, but roses are actually one of my favorite flowers, and I know, like, I don't know, that just feels really cliche, but I have such a deep respect for them, and I love how even after our attempts to domesticate them, they still have those thorns. There's still that kind of wild thing to them. There's still that thing that's like, well, if you want me, you're going to have to work for me type of thing. So maybe you're channeling some of that energy yourself, Virgo. The astrology is actually quite interesting too, because Aquarius season is kind of a time for you to focus on your routines and your physical health, but I'm actually looking at the start of this month with the full moon in Leo, and I feel like there could be something going on with your mental health. And it kind of makes me feel like maybe at the start of this month, something happens or you just kind of reach this breaking point, or you just have like a lot of emotions. And I kind of get the sense, Virgo, that you are just like, okay, enough is enough. I have to structure my life in a different way. This isn't working for me anymore. And it's like, it feels like there's some sort of breakthrough for you. It could also be a spiritual breakthrough as well. I do feel like this is a really good time for you to meditate and to, really connect in some way. Kind of some dramatic cards with this energy already. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is actually one of your cards, Virgo, with the Ten of Swords. Some of you have been overthinking something for way too long. And I feel like interesting looking at this Ten of Swords, looking at this egg, and specifically this embryo, it's like you have been wanting to make something or create something or put some sort of energy out into the world, but you've been overthinking it and you've almost overthought it to death. And with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, stop overthinking things and just start doing them. Start moving your body. Get into motion. That is a really, really important message for you this month. And maybe that's even a message you've already received at the end of January as well, because we are kind of talking about past influences playing out in the month of February here. I do also feel like with the Ten of Swords, there could be some sort of things, something that you are ending, and kind of bringing an end to things that have needed to, you needed to wrap these things up for a while. I feel like one of the interpretations with the Knight of Pentacles I'm here is like you've kind of been dragging your feet along with something, and like I almost feel like you've been distracted, Virgo. I almost feel like you've been making yourself busy. And that's not the same thing as productive. And I think some of you have a hard time sitting still, or you feel guilty if you're not working all the time, or if you're not creating all the time, or fulfilling some sort of role all the time. And I think that's the thing that's kind of changing with this full moon in Leo. There's something with your mental health where it's like kind of demanding that you refocus your priority or shift your priority to be more conducive to your own wellness. And when you actually give yourself that space, very often you will be surprised by how much more inspired you will be. So what else do we have for Virgo? We do have the Ten of Cups. Ooh, okay, and we have the Three of Cups here as well. Really love to see these cards. I mean, I know we kind of started off with a bit of a heavy energy, but this feels like something is finally coming to an end. Something that has been a struggle, something that you've been working very hard towards. It's like, you're done. That's over. And now there is this really big focus on relationships and on connection. And some of you could be getting yourself out there, meeting new people. For others of you, you're just feeling very connected and harmonious in your relationships, whether that be romantic, friendship, family, doesn't really matter. But I'm getting like a big love vibe for you this month. We do actually have Venus, the planet of love, in your opposite sign in Pisces through the majority of February. And that's really, really exciting. We also have Venus coming together with Neptune. Now that happens on the 15th, and there is something very, very interesting about this particular conjunction, or these two planets coming together. One, we have Venus in the sign of Pisces, which is naturally considered its sign of exaltation. Venus is very powerful, very beautiful in the sign of Pisces. It gives it like this otherworldly connection, almost like a soulmate sort of energy, if you will. And then we throw in Neptune, which is a very dreamy, spiritual, sometimes even a little delusional energy, which rules over Pisces. It is the co-ruler of Pisces. And both of these energies are coming together. Now, over the past year, there's been a lot of focus on relationships and the way you approach attachment. I feel like if you aren't in a relationship already, there could actually be a very beautiful opportunity to meet someone or to connect with someone. You might be meeting them at a social gathering or through a mutual friend, or maybe you are entering into a relationship with someone who is a friend of yours. However this manifests, I'm just getting very good love vibes here. I'm curious what else we get this month, where all of this is going. We do have Mercury in the sign of Capricorn until the 11th, when it enters into Aquarius. Mercury is your ruling planet. The first part of this month, I think you're really kind of integrating the lessons you've been learning kind of over the past month and really the past couple of years. Mercury was retrograde in Capricorn last month, and now we're kind of in this catch-up phase. And so for you specifically, Virgo, this is really talking about things like passion, creativity, romance, maybe even children. I kind of do get some sort of like children vibe in this reading as well. Maybe you're thinking about children or having kids, or maybe you have kids and they're sort of a focus this month. Whatever this is, it feels like you're done overthinking things, and now it's time to start moving and to go towards these things that feel life-giving to you. And we do have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, Virgo. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. It is looking very, very good to be a Virgo this month. I do feel like you are building a very strong foundation for yourself. The 10 of Pentacles often represents abundance. This can be physical, but this can also be emotional as well and spiritual. There is a wealth here. There is a home here. And looking at the 10 of Cups as well, there is this beautiful focus on home. And maybe this is something that is coming up for you in your relationships, or maybe you're connecting with someone who has the potential to be like a domestic partner or a spouse to you even. And maybe that's part of this celebration with the Three of Cups here. What else do we have for Virgo? This is honestly amazing energy, and it's interesting to see 3 tens. We have the 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. Numerologically, this actually reduces to 111. But whenever I see a 10, for me specifically, it's not just a 1. It's almost like a brand new cycle, a brand new chapter. 1 is all about new beginnings. It's all about branching out into something entirely new. The 10 does still have this new beginning. It does still indicate a new cycle. But the 0, kind of that cycle, that journey, going back to something, it feels like there is this full circle sort of energy attached to this new beginning. And it's almost like you have been waiting your whole life to feel this way, or to have this sort of relationship, or to have this foundation in your life. Interestingly enough, I'm looking down at the clock, and I shit you not, it is 10:10. So there is something with 10s. Pay attention to 10, 1 and 0, or just ones. That is wild. Okay. What else do we have for Virgo? Show us clearly, please. So incredible. We have the 8 of Wands. So there is a lot of movement. There is a lot of excitement. There's just good news. I feel like this 8 of Wands is good news. Now, sometimes this can indicate fast moving or fast movement. Sometimes this is an indication for travel. But I think ultimately, Virgo, what this is really about is just receiving good news or having good news. Maybe you're the one delivering good news, and it is something that is inspiring other people or lifting other people up. Wow. Okay, what else do we have? Anything else for Virgo right now? I mean, honestly, things look really good for you, like, relationally. I'm a little more curious about the 10 of Swords, not gonna lie. So I kind of want to pull into that. And I don't want those messages to predominate this. I don't want this to feel like a heavy month for you, Virgo, because this feels like a really good month. But I also feel like there's some sort of important shift or ending, specifically with some sort of cycle revolving around mental health or your daily grind, especially as we are in the beginning of Aquarius season here. And we do have Mercury entering into Aquarius on the 11th as well. Again, Mercury is your ruling planet. And so there's just a lot of focus on routines and health and wellness. And I think it's more going to be in Pisces season when you can really expect to see these beautiful things unfolding for your relationships. Thinking around the 15th when Venus comes together with Neptune, the 18th when the Sun enters into Pisces, and we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th, and that's actually the same day that Venus enters Aries as well, and that could be a really big indicator of sharing resources or assets with someone. So there could be conversations around sharing finances, sharing resources that actually make sense potentially with moving in with someone. If you already have someone that you live with, if you already have a partner that you live with, I feel like this is just a very blessed time for you. You are kind of reconnecting or connecting on a deeper level. And it also feels like there's some good news. There's something really, really exciting here. And I'm just going to say it again. Some of you, there could be something about a pregnancy. If you are in a partnership and that's something that you are interested in, I could see that as well. It's just like this new life is beginning and it feels really, really beautiful. Like there is some life-changing news that you have this month. Um, Anything else for Virgo? It's funny. I'm looking at my astrology notes on my screen and I'm noticing there's actually some roses on this screen as well. Kind of just in the corner. I have like a little search bar in Windows 10, and on the search bar today, it changes every day. There are roses and there is a little gift box. I feel like someone could also be giving you a gift this month as well, and maybe there's like some sort of proposal or some sort of engagement or some sort of commitment that is happening for you. And I'm just going to be honest, this feels very romantic. It's kind of all over the place here. So again, beautiful, beautiful energy for relationships. But let's pull for this Ten of Swords. What's this Ten of Swords about? Two of Swords. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. I feel like there's been something that you've been afraid to end. There's something that you're afraid to let go, or something that you're afraid to really acknowledge. To be honest, this feels very separate from the rest of this reading. So what is this Ten of Swords, Two of Swords about? What is this about? The world. Wow. It's like you're afraid of what's next. Or it's not even that you're afraid of what's next. It's like you're afraid of letting go of something. Some of you could be letting go of a work situation. The world really is just this ending that leads to new beginnings. It is a graduation, if you will. It is stepping into the next level. What is this world about? What is the world about? What are these cards speaking about here? We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, some of you are really attached to the past in some way. But also, like, you're reconnecting with something. You need to reconnect with something, I think from childhood. Like finding something from when you were younger that you were really passionate about. Like re-sparking something that was very nurturing to you. I feel like some of you could actually be letting go of someone from your childhood. And if this isn't someone, then what I'm also being told is that you are letting go of patterns from your childhood. And that is essential for you to form and connect in the ways that actually feel aligned for you. So this is kind of connected in a way. Page of Wands. But there really is also this part of you that's connecting to something creative. You're connecting to passion. There's a lot of potential. You're remembering your potential. And also just as kind of a general message, the Page of Wands really can indicate a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion between you and someone else. But I also feel like what this is, for some of you, it's like you're kind of letting go of this, like, this is actually really interesting having Neptune and Venus together in Pisces, because I would almost think that this is the opposite, but it's like you are letting go of this sort of like rose-colored glasses or this rosy view of relationships that you once had. Maybe you learned this from media. Maybe you learned this from expectations that weren't actually based in reality. It's like you're almost letting go of this idea that love is like exciting. And it's now graduating into something that's more stable. And I feel like maybe with this group, there was something about love and relationships where at one point it made you feel this sense of purpose. It made you feel this sense of aliveness. But actually that was a distraction because you were meant to fulfill another purpose. And you were almost seeking that sense of oneness with another person, when that oneness is actually with your soul, it's with your spirit, it's with doing the things that you love. Excuse me. But there's just great energy here. There really, really is. And like, yes, there is the Ten of Swords on the table. And again, I'm not super surprised to see that, because I do feel like the full moon is a little bit dramatic. If there's one part of the month that might be kind of intense, it's probably that full moon, intense in, I guess, sort of a negative or disruptive way. But then I think Pisces season is just bringing so many blessings, and I'm loving it. Are there any other messages for Virgo? I honestly kind of feel like that's it. I'll pull some oracle cards for you, but yep, Page of Cups. Beautiful new messages, beautiful new connections, new beginnings, deepening connections, having heart-to-heart conversations, someone making an offer from the heart, or you are connecting to your intuition and creativity more, and or, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Wow. Yeah, I really do get the sense that there is like a commitment or a proposal for a lot of you watching this, or like some sort of new relationship. So yeah, let's see what else we pull for you. I think I'm gonna pull from the Moon Oracle. I'm actually not feeling as strong of a pull to the animals. We shall see. Interesting. So we do have the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. I mean, maybe you are the one giving someone flowers, Virgo. Maybe you are the one committing to someone, or stepping towards someone, approaching someone. That may be a message for a few of you. But with this cardinal moon, I do also think it's important that you are going after the things that inspire you. This doesn't just involve people, okay? I feel like, don't overthink things. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start doing the things that you love to do. You kind of have to make the way forward for yourself. What else do we have for Virgo? What else? Wow, we have the new moon in Aries, which is, again, a cardinal sign. The cardinal signs being the ones that start a season. Aries starts the spring. So this new moon in Aries says it's time to take action. Double message here. Guess I didn't really need to pull another moon card, but I do get this kind of reiterating message. And I think with Venus entering into Aries the same day that we have the new moon in Pisces, there is this energy of kind of going forward, diving in. You know, if Virgo is the sign that overthinks everything, Aries is a sign that just does and kind of shoots from the hip. And maybe that's an energy you kind of need to embody a little more. You're being encouraged to embody more. And you will learn as you go, Virgo. You will learn as you go. I also think with the new moon in Aries, it's actually interesting because we have two new moon in Aries this year. We have one, oh my God, what is it? It's in March. And then we have an eclipse, actually. And that's going to be the first Aries eclipse. And so there really is this exciting new energy, this exciting new beginning. And so that might be more tapping into March and April for you. But I feel like there's just this new life that is beginning, and it's really very interconnected, or it's very deep. Being Aries energy for you, being your 8th house, which is shared resources, both physical and emotional, as well as magic and the occult, making your wishes come true, maybe doing some magic for yourself. You're coming into a really, really powerful time, actually, Virgo. So I hope that you really drink that in. I hope you really enjoyed this reading. I am so excited to hear in the comments down below who you're meeting, who you're connecting with, what's happening for you, or just how your heart is opening up, because ultimately that's the most important thing. Let's not forget self-love. Let's not forget healing our attachment styles. That's when we really feel connected to other people. Anyways, Virgo, you can find all of the links in the description box down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Take care.